think I'm gonna go home now. I'm really tired. We've come to the last song. I always, this is a process that starts. I'll wake up tomorrow morning and start planning for next year's brass camp. This is like a year-long thing for me. So to arrive at the last song is kind of a surreal moment to know that a year's long process and then 5 weeks worth of rehearsals is finally coming to a close. Speaking of coming to a close, so this is the 4th year that we've done brass camp. If you didn't notice them on the way, on this side over here, I've actually got all 4 posters from all 4 brass camps up. If you want to check them out on your way out, we did Cinematic Adventure, Los Bronces Latinos, Space, the Final Frontier, and of course this year, with this being 2015, the year that they traveled to and Back to the Future Part 2, this is Brass to the Future. But since then, we've done this for 4 years. There are some students who are leaving us, who have been doing this since the very beginning. When we started with 25 kids, and I had 5th graders playing with 18-year-olds, and it was interesting, but it worked. We made it work okay. This is a little bit better, so I'm glad we've got the numbers to do it. So at this time, before we do our last number, I'd like to recognize and say a little bit about our 2 graduating seniors. First and foremost, Mr. Pat Walsh over there. In case I'm really wondering. I know Pat because for the last 4 years I've been the associate brass instructor with the Thomas Jefferson High School marching band, and that was where I met Pat. Pat was a freshman my first year there, and he just graduated, and it's really strange. We just had our first week of band camp, which is why I've got sunglasses, tan lines. If anyone's noticed that, this is not a style thing, this is just, it's been sunny and I need to wear sunglasses. Anyway, I digress. So I met Pat when he was 14. He was a freshman, and I love telling the story. He's going to get really irritated with me in a second. But when Pat was in 9th grade, he just wasn't that good of a trumpet player. I saw this skinny little kid with a really nice looking trumpet. I bet that kid can play, and I heard him play. I'm like, oh no, he can't. So man, what a bummer. But Pat and I have been working together, in a lot of different ways. TJ and the Bridgeville Brass, the brass quintet that I run, and of course it's the brass camp. And Pat is first chair solo cornet section. He had a solo tonight. He did a great job. He, to me, is an example as I continue my music education career of someone who maybe doesn't start off so good, can progress to the level that Pat is at. And Pat did that because he chose to do it. He wanted to do it, and then he did it. And if anybody ever struggles at anything, whether it's music or something else, I'm going to think about Pat and what he's done in the last 4 years. So, Pat, I'm going to miss you. I know I'll probably see you and hear from you. Hopefully nothing bad. But let's give it up for class of 2015. And last but not least was our student assistant director, Ms. Megan Garland, just graduated from South Bay High School. Megan, as you saw earlier, conducted for the intermediate group. She is graduated from South Bay, which is also where I graduated from, and she is off to Slippery Rock University to be a music ed major. And I can say, and Megan's in the same boat. She started brass camp the first year. I noticed that she was a freshman. She's also played in my brass quintet. And after getting to know Megan both musically and personally, I can say that she is exactly the kind of person we need teaching music in our schools, because she is an awesome musician, as you've heard and seen, but she's also a great person. She can relate to people, she can relate to kids, and she's just who we need in the music education field. And I hope that when we both become music teachers, I hope that our paths cross, because I can't imagine working with someone better than Megan. So please give it up for Megan Garland, graduate. I think you got some of the audience members doing it, so nice job. This is like a big deal for me. So to all the parents who would love to work with their kids, this is like, this moment here is kind of what we do, what we music teachers before. I don't have any children of my own. I have a cat. And she does the same dumb cat things that she's done for the last 4 years. There's no growth there. But with these guys, she really does. I get to see them go sometimes from, some of the students in the junior high group, I saw them as short, tiny little fifth graders, and now they're like looking down at me when they talk because they're taller than me. Hi Noah, how are you? I see you back there. And I get to see ninth graders grow up into adults, and it's just, this is what I do this for. So believe me when I say I've actually been dreading this moment. I know I'm going to see both of them, but this is really hard to see them to go off. But I know they're going off to do bigger, better things. So on that note, we're at our last song. Of course, on October 21st of this year, or somewhere in Southern California, you may see a DeLorean coming through the space-time continuum, because in Back to the Future Part 2, that's where they travel to. When I saw this movie as a kid in the early 90s, I totally believed that by 2015 we'd have flying cars and hoverboards and shoes that replace themselves and jackets that dry themselves, and I don't see any of that. So they like Apple, they do everything else. Can we get some of that by October 21st? Because that's what we're looking for. This was a movie that was a big part of my childhood, if you can't tell. And we got to get next to the DeLorean, the time machine, the guy that has the DeLorean in Pittsburgh. That was a pretty cool moment for the few of us that got to do that. That was pretty neat. And we're going to close our concert tonight with a theme. Now, when movie composers write music for movies, they have to talk with the director and say, what kind of score do you want? Sometimes the scores aren't so big and grandiose, like Indiana Jones and Star Wars and Jaws and Superman. Sometimes they're a little bit more subtle. And when composer Alan Silvestri asked Bob Zemeckis what type of theme he wanted, Bob Zemeckis had one word: big. And on that note, enjoy the theme from Back to the Future by Alan Silvestri. without myself. There's no way, like there's way too much stuff, and to give these kids the best experience, there's no way I can do it my own. So I'm not sure. Bob Johnson, are you here? It was like a rumor that you were going to be here. I know he's got some car issues. Okay, he's not here. Anyway, he's not here, but he is the owner of Johnson Bob's Music, and he's been supporting this brass camp since the very beginning. He's supported again this year with good news for that outline. So he's not here, but let's give him a round of applause anyway. He also is not able to be here either, but I would like to thank Professor Patrick Garrett, who came from West Liberty University to do a little clinic with our group and with all three of the groups. And he was hilarious, and he also taught us something about music too. But he was really good, and he also did it for us for free. He drove up from Wheeling and drove back, and he did it just because he wanted to do something nice for us. So I want to thank him. I want to thank Linda James, sitting right here. Linda has been taking some pictures this evening. Tonight, and her information is in the Linda James Photography. Click on the client proofing link. It's in the program if you want to order some pictures from her of the night from tonight's concert. But she also helped us. She didn't help us. She designed our poster, the awesome poster that all these students are going to get, and the big one that they're all going to sign is going to hang up in the store. That was like a big chunk of the reason why I wanted to do Back to the Future, because I wanted to get a picture of the car. I'll admit it. Okay, now that the concert's done, I can say that was most of the reason I was there. But yeah, so thank you, Linda, for doing that for us. And I have to thank, yes. For those that were here last year, are you comfortable right now? Good. Air conditioning, huh? What a beautiful thing. And a big part of the reason why we're here and how we were able to get this set up was our tuba player, Matt Price, who is a member of this church and let us in and let me come in and check it out. So, thank you so much, Matt. He was an enormous help. I'm so appreciative of him. Hopefully we'll be able to come back here next year. We had also from this group, we had some students that helped us. Some of the students in this group helped us with the younger groups. Just like to recognize them at this time. Pat Walsh, please stand up. Our last assistant director is in Hershey Park, and he's doing this roving trombone band choir thing. And I've seen pictures on Facebook. It's like a purple and a turquoise outfit. It's really hilarious. But he couldn't be here. Our assistant is wearing purple today, so it works. We had a new assistant come in. Tyler Nickel, as Megan said. Went to Canamac, Grove City. Did an outstanding job. The kids loved him. He did an awesome job. So Tyler, please stand up. Thank you so much.
I tried to go to one lesson with him when I was a senior in high school, and I knew that he needed a little bit of help. He was looking for somebody. I had heard he was doing brass camp, so I contacted him, and it's been a blessing ever since to work with you and work with you guys and all the kids here. Can't say enough. Thank you for letting me do that.
I have to thank all of the parents, the grandparents, the aunts and uncles, everybody who is supporting this and all the students that are in the audience right now. Thank you so much. Not for this program, not for brass camp, but thank you for allowing them to participate in music education, because this is so important. It's not just about the music, it's not just about the notes, it's the experiences, it's what these kids go through. I know that because I went through it myself, and I'm going to work for the rest of my life to make sure that all the students that come after me have the same opportunities that I did, and it doesn't happen without all of you. So, students here and in the audience, give your parents a round of applause. Be nice. Yes, I have already planning for Brass Camp 2016. I've already started arranging music. It's going to be our 5th year, and it's going to be huge. It's going to be some new stuff. I've got some cool stuff in the works. So parents, check your emails. If your email changes, let me know. Otherwise, thank you for coming. Drive safe, and see you next year.